Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. How are you doing today? Today I'm coming to you with a book haul and I'm going to try to talk fast because I have quite a few books to get through. I have been doing some shopping, some stuff has come in the mail. It's just been a very nice collection of books coming my way and I want to make sure that you guys get notice of them so you can put your on your TBR because you know how I am. Love to make everyone expand their TBRs. It's kind of my favorite thing in the world. The first book I'm going to tell you about is Jen Campbell's short story collection, The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night. Luckily, I was sent an advanced reader's copy of this by Two Roads, and Jen Campbell signed it, and it is so nice, and I'm so excited to read it. I will review this closer to when it comes out. It comes out in November of 2017. I'm just going to read the back to you, and then a little card that they sent with it, and you guys are going to want to read this book, I promise. It says, stories of family and magic, lost souls and superstitions, spirits in jam jars, mini apocalypses, animal hearts and sideshows. Mermaids are on display at the local aquarium, a girl runs a coffin hotel on a remote island, and a couple are rewriting history of the world in the middle of the night. And the little card that came with it just has this quote from one of the stories in it. It says, "There was a time when jealous queens ate the hearts of their daughters." That line alone makes me want to read everything in this. These are sort of, excuse me, Jen's take on fairy tales, and I am so excited, and I think you guys should all be looking for this book. You can pre-order it, as I said, so I'll link that below. I've already pre-ordered my official copy, and it's on its way, and again, I'll review this closer to November when it comes out. So that's The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night. I trip on the middle of that part of the title. So The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night by Jen Campbell. So excited for that one. The next two books I'm going to talk about are my Book of the Month Club books. You guys know I talk about Book of the Month Club. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love them. It's a subscription fee. Every month they give you 5 choices. They also give you other books you can buy at a discounted price. And the book I got this month is The Heart's Invisible Fury by Boyne. I think I'm saying that wrong. You know me and names. I'm awful at them. Now, my friend Michael Kindness has raved about this book. It is a chunkster, though. Look at that. Look at that. And as I've told you guys in the past, they send these little cards by the people who have picked this book for Book of the Month. So I'm just going to read that to you and let you know about it. It says, "I cannot rave enough about this book. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll laugh some more. Cyril Avery has now taken a place in my heart beside Anne Shirley and Owen Meany. It's that good. You hold something special in your hands. If you love it a fraction as much as I do, it will be your favorite book of 2017. And that's Liberty Hardy, who is the judge. I think this is Cyril Avery is not a real Avery, or at least that's what his adopted parents tell him, and he never will be. But if he isn't a real Avery, then who is he? So I think it's about a boy who's born out of wedlock and kind of the search for who he is as a person. It's clearly a saga, and you're going to learn a lot about his life. And that is The Heart's Invisible Furies by Boyne. The other book that I picked up from my Book of the Month Club is really not in my wheelhouse, but I will tell you right now, it was a cover buy. Look at this cover. It is fantastic. And this is The Clockwork Dynasty by Daniel H. Wilson. And all I know about this is that this is like a Russian steampunk novel. Is that Olive? This sounds like something you may want to pick up if you're watching this. It says, present day, when a young anthropologist specializing in ancient technology uncovers a terrible secret concealed in the workings of a 300-year-old mechanical doll, she is thrown into a hidden world that lurks just under the surface of our own. With her career and her life at stake, June Stefanov will ally with a remarkable traveler who exposes her to a reality she never imagined as they embark on an around-the-world adventure in discovering breathtaking secrets of the past. Russia, 1710. In the depths of the Kremlin, the Tsar's loyal mechanicians? I don't know how to even say that word. Mechanicians, like mechanic and magician mixed together, brings to life 2 astonishing human-like mechanical beings. Peter and Elena are a brother and sister, fallen out of time, and in possession of uncanny power and destined to serve great empires. Struggling to blend into pre-Victorian society, they are pulled into a legendary war that has raged for centuries. That sounds so good, guys. And I mean, come on again, this cover. The Clockwork Dynasty by Daniel H. Wilson. Not my normal stuff, but I think it sounds amazing. The next thing I'm going to tell you about is actually not a book at all. It's something that I found at Barnes & Noble, and I didn't purchase that there. I went on their website, and that is LitMag. They just came out with their first issue, and their subscription fee is super cheap. I think the whole year is like $18. That's all I paid, and look at it's yeah, it's significant. It's a mixture of essays, short stories, and poetry, and it has some amazing people in it. William H. Gass has something in it. Chinaloa Akparanta, who wrote that book. What is the name of that book? Oh, I can't remember. But she just wrote a book that's part of Eric and Anna's book club. Harold Bloom, who is an amazing critic, has an article in here. John Asbury has some poetry in here. I was like, I'm going to support this new literary magazine. The cover is fantastic. It's great quality, and it's going to just introduce me to a bunch of different things. So that is LitMag, and I will link their website below. This is issue 1. I just got it, so maybe issue 2 should come out soon, but it's not going to be that hard to get you guys into the loop now if you want to, and it will introduce you to new stuff, so that's fun. You guys know that I read The Immortalists by Chloe Benjamin, and I raved about it. And when I posted on Twitter, I'm going to mention Olive twice in this video. Olive mentioned that Chloe Benjamin's first novel was amazing and rocked her world. Well, when Olive tells me to read something, I go out and buy it, guys. So I did. I bought The Anatomy of Dreams by Chloe Benjamin. Now, I started reading this book and then had to put it down because of my book club. Book got in the way. But it is fantastic. It's the story of Sylvia and Gabe. And they meet in sort of a boarding school. But it's really the story of them and the research they do in helping people control their dreams. When a research opportunity brings the trio of Midwest college town, their lives are disrupted by the arrival of new, mysterious neighbors. Soon, Sylvia begins to doubt the ethics of Keller's work in the dream world, recognizing that serious harm can be wrought under the guise of progress. Navigating the hazy, permeable boundary between what is real and what isn't, who can be trusted and who cannot, Sylvia also faces surprising developments in herself, an unexpected infatuation, growing paranoia, and a startling sense of rebellion. Now, if this is just one half as good as The Immortalists, it's going to be fantastic. And I started it, and it was fantastic. I was so sad to have to put it down. But, you know, book club, it does come first when the date is tomorrow, and I needed to read it. And so I really, really am excited to get to this one. So even though The Immortalist doesn't come out until next year, you guys can get into Chloe Benjamin's back list, the one book she's written, and you can read her before and really like her. I'm sure you can get this just about anywhere. That's The Anatomy of Dreamers by Chloe Benjamin. Sorry, I'm trying to talk fast. I'm trying to keep this my videos shorter and shorter because I noticed they were getting a bit long. The next book I got was because it was on the Booker long list, and that is Ali Smith's Autumn. I'm not going to say too much about this because I know a lot of people have talked about it, but I know that this is a quartet of books, each with a different season, and that this book is sort of Ali Smith's answer to Brexit and conversation about Brexit. Maybe that's a better turn of phrase. I've never read Ali Smith, so I'm excited to dive in. A lot of people that I really trust love Ali Smith, so I think it will be really, really good. And I'm kind of leaving it a little bit of a mystery to me because I want to be introduced to her as an author, not knowing a whole lot, and kind of have her knock me over. So I think that's good. So that's Autumn by Ali Smith, and it is longlisted for the Booker, so get on it. The next book I bought, because you guys know I tell you how I love books about old women, and I just love them. And a lot of people, when I said that, said, Russell, you have to read this book about an old man. You have to go buy it. And so I did. I got The Secret Diary of Hendrik Groen, 83¼ years old. Now, this is translated by Hester Velmans and written by... Oh, you know what's funny? It doesn't have an author, so it's translated. I bet you... Oh, I'm sorry. It's written by Hendrik Groen and translated by Hester Velmans, but it's also called The Secret Diary of Hendrik Groen, 83¼ years old. I don't know much about it, clearly, but I love the cover. I love that it's about old men, and I love that so many of you guys told me to read it. So let me read it. Bored of, excuse me, bored of weak tea and potted geraniums, exasperated by indignities of aging, Hendrik has decided to rebel on his own terms. He begins writing an expose, secretly recording the antics of day-to-day life in his retirement home, where he refuses to take himself or his fellow inmates too seriously. With an eccentric group of friends, he founds the wicked and this is so funny. The wickedly anarchic, I can't say that word, old but not dead club. Rule number 3, no whining allowed. And he and his best friend Everett gleefully stir up trouble, enraging the home's humorless director and making themselves into unlikely heroes. And when a sweet and sassy widow moves in next door, he polishes his shoes, combs what's left of his hair, and determines to savor every ounce of joy in the life he has left with hilarious and tender consequences. See, you guys listen and you know me. That sounds so good. The Secret Diary of Hendrik Groen, 83¼ years old. I actually did read the first few pages of this in the store. And I'm just going to read you the first 2 sentences. Tuesday, January 1st, 2013. Another year, and I still don't like old people. Their walker shuffle, their unresponsible impatience, their endless complaints, their tea and cookies, their belly aching. Me? I'm 83 years old. I love it. I love it. So, guys, great recommendation. Thank you. I'm so excited. Last but not least is a book I purchased. I don't remember where I found this, actually. This is No Other World by Rahul Mehta. And the reason I bought it is because of the blurb. So I'm going to read you the blurb. And I'm sorry, it's a little bit long. In a rural community in western New York, 12-year-old Karan Shah, the American-born son of Indian immigrants, longingly observes his prototypically American neighbors, the Bells. He attends school with Kelly Bell, but he's powerfully drawn, in a way he does not yet understand, to her charismatic father, Chris. Kieran's yearnings echo his parents' bewilderment as they try to adjust to a new world. His father, Nishit, a successful doctor, is haunted by thoughts of a brother he left behind. His mother, Shanti, struggles to accept a life with a husband she did not choose. Her marriage to Nishit was arranged, and her growing attachment to an American man. Karan is close to his older sister, Preeti, until an unexpected threat and an unfathomable betrayal drives a wedge between them that will reverberate through their lives. As he leaves childhood behind, Karan finds himself perpetually on the outside, as an Indian American torn between 2 cultures and a gay man in a homophobic society. In the wake of an emotional breakdown, he travels to India, where he forms an intense bond with a teenage Hijra, a member of India's ancient transgender community. With her help, Kieran begins to pull together the pieces of his broken past. Guys, that sounds like the most powerful. I mean, the story is amazingly powerful. I can't even, I'm so excited. I don't know why I haven't even read it yet. It sounds so good. No Other World by Rahul Mehta. That's just stopping me. That sounds so good. So that is my book haul for today. This hopefully added a bunch of books to your TBR. And if you've read any, I'd love to talk to you about them down below. If you haven't read them and they interest you, let's talk about them. If you are a return subscriber, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. Love having you guys. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much. Subscribe. I really would appreciate that too. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm actually going to do a video where I unbox a membership I've joined in front of you guys and see what I got. So I'm super excited about that. And put a new video up. But until then, happy reading, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!